Hello everyone, this is HuskyStarcraft here, back with some more Bronze League Heroes! Now, I am going to be completely honest to you all right now. I am casting this on Christmas. This is Christmas Day, and I have had so much food, I may actually enter a food coma at any time. So if I just stop talking, just know I have had way too much to eat, and I don't even care. I have no shame about it whatsoever. Any weight that I have lost this year will surely be regained during the holidays. I feel like that is something that we can all relate to. So anyways, this is going to be a special Christmas edition. I don't know what actually makes it Christmassy other than I'm casting it on Christmas. So I guess this is my gift to all of you, is watching some Bronze League Heroes. Spying down the bottom left side, it's got to be 7CityJP. I don't think that's JP the commentator. I think it's 7CityJP, a very distinctly different JP, in fact. And up in the top right side from Clan Cloud M, it's going to be CoDeSTer. Or CoDeSTer. I don't know. Looks like CoDeSTer to me. So it's going to be CoDeSTer versus 7CityJP. I'll probably just be calling him JP or 7City. I mean, 7City kind of sounds pretty cool. Either way, it does look like 7City going to go ahead and forge, fast, expand. I can only assume. And does have a probe going ahead and scouting up here on the right side. We already have two overlords just kind of chilling out. They decide not to scout at all. They're just going to be scouting the entrance of the base because I guess 2 eyes is better than 1. Wait, I don't think I said that saying correctly. Either way, spawning pool going to be coming on down. Now, as a reminder, you guys, the whole point of Bronze League Heroes is to cast the very best of the very worst. And to remind you that no matter what level of skill you are at StarCraft 2, it is meant to be fun. And I adamantly refuse to not have fun anytime I'm doing anything with StarCraft 2. That is just my jam. And I'm sticking to it. Does look at the probe right now. I'm going to go ahead and patrol right here. The drone doesn't even want to mess with that. Looks like he's going to go ahead and expand over on the left side as the forge is now done. Pylon on the high ground, which, oh, it is going to be a cannon right now. It's a spawning pool nowhere near completed. I mean, I guess it's getting close there. The cannon not necessarily going to be needed just yet, but you know what? 7CityJP, he don't care. He's got cannons. Cannons are the most broken thing in Bronze League Heroes. You can basically defeat anyone, even Terran, with cannons, I feel like, when you are in Bronze League. But I do want to know, guys, what did you do for the holiday season? Even if you don't celebrate, I want to know, what did you do December 25th? Everyone can answer this question, and if you don't have a YouTube account, it's going to be tough. Maybe you can tweet it at me. Maybe you can make a YouTube account. I don't know, just throwing it out there. As we do have the hatchery about halfway done right now. It does look like this is going to be some sort of macro game. This probe kind of lucking out that no one has actually killed him off. And actually, no Zerglings are even on the way for CoDeSTer. So this probe really going to be doing more damage than any single probe should be able to. Is this wall in? Is this like Zergling tight? Is this escaping your own base tight? That is a pretty tight fit there. I don't know if anything can actually get through there. I guess we'll find out. Maybe he does have the master plan right now and could eventually drop down that Nexus. That looks like exactly what he's going to do right here. Once he has exactly 400 resources, could drop that down. Not quite sure what he's doing here, but then again, it is Bronze League Heroes. I don't think anybody ever knows, as we do it now have the expansion finally going to be going down here for CoDeSTer. And also down goes the Nexus. Can that probe get out of there? Is he even going to try? It's actually bugging me not knowing on if this probe can get in or out of this base. I don't think he can, but it's always kind of hard to tell. Oh, he can. All right, he can fit right through that. That's a very skinny probe, able to slip through there. So that wall end's actually looking pretty good. Not quite sure where all those probes were going. I guess they got excited about the Vespene gas that is opening down the street. Unfortunately, it was not ready for business, nor can it serve more than 3 probes at a time. It's a really bad design, I know. But either way, we do have the gas now up here for CoDeSTer, but deciding not to use that second gas just yet. So this really is going to be some sort of Bronze League Heroes macro game. And as this game is getting underway, I do want to mention really quickly, thanks to Sinvicta for sorting through these replays. He was sorting through them, I think, Christmas Eve. I woke up to this this replay in my email, so I guess that was his gift to me, which I am now re-gifting to you. It is like a fruitcake, that is for sure, or a pound cake. I feel like, are pound cakes as bad as fruitcakes? I don't know. I feel like there are good fruitcakes, though. I feel like they do get a bad rap. But when there's a bad fruitcake, it is a bad fruitcake. So maybe just the badness of the bad ones kind of ruin the other ones for everybody. But we do have a lot of overloads. And you know what? I feel like CoDeSTer, he's just like, you know what? Scouting with overlords is overrated. What I'm going to do is set them all right here. So when people try and run up the ramp, they'll be unable to micro because they can't click under those overlords. That is his strategy, and he is sticking to it. We do have the probes going to be produced right now. Corona Boost continuing on through. And I got to say, at least he is using that Corona Boost. There's a Cybernex core. It does feel a little bit late, but whatever. We also have a second cannon on the high ground, and I also have hiccups right now after all that food that I ate. But hey, it is Christmas, and I have no shame No shame, no gain. That's kind of what I love to say. Not that it necessarily makes sense, but you know what? It's words of wisdom to live by regardless. We do have robotics facility going to be on the way. Is it going to be for observers, Colossus, or warp prism drops, or immortals, or I don't know, observers? Just lots of observers. I don't know. We'll see if anything actually happens with that or not. But I am actually I'm a little bit uneasy at about how big of a macro game this actually is. Normally there's some sort of micro going on. I don't even know that CoDeSTer has like left his base. I feel like, no, he is not. He literally is stuck at his hometown. He hasn't even gone off to college yet. Is just hanging in that small town, not going to the big city at all. And look at this. This is all of his friends who he went to high school with. They're all kind of the same. No real aspirations right now. And you can see they as well are afraid to leave that town. They think they're being so cool with their little mohawks, but guess what? Everyone's already doing it, so it's not even that cool. So we shall see if CoDeSTer decides to ever leave his base. We do have the Zealots are going to be hanging out at the entrance, and also a random pylon here placed for 7CityJP, which I don't know what the point of that one is. I guess you could just warp in units directly on the front lines, but warp gate's not nearly done. I feel like this is such an easy place to actually scout a pylon that maybe that's what the secret is your opponent never thinks to scout exactly out in the open where you should scout first. It does look at that probe going to survive now as the queen going to be chasing it down, completely leaving her post there. Got to get her back over there by the hatchery because injecting larva is pretty freaking good. You know what is also good though? Spreading creep. But CoDeSTer is too good for that. He's saying, you know what, that is what the plebeians do. I do not need to spread creep. I do not need to leave my base. I do not need to scout. I do not need to tech. All I need to do is make an army of overlords and put them in the same exact spot. 174 possible supply. He's only used 72. So 102 supply there can be used up here. And now actually going to be working on getting up his economy. Which, you know what? This ridiculous playstyle may actually pay off for him just because 7CJP is not really doing a whole lot either. Yes, he's got his base right now, but he just has a couple of gateways. Oh my god, that was like 15 additional drones being produced here. Lots of gateways going to be on the way for 7CJP. So I guess this long macro game is actually going to be favoring both people right now. There's going to be the observer chilling out, kind of watching the transition point here between the main and the natural, hoping to catch an eye on what's going on. Observer there, though, does see a lot of drones being produced. I mean, 27 out of 24. It literally tells you how many drones to have, and he has too many. Although I gotta say, 24 is too many as well. You want to try to expand much sooner than this as Zerg if you're going to be having this many workers. Infestation pit going to be on the way. We do have 68 drones to 44 probes, and still those 20 lings have done nothing. They do have Zergling speed now, so they have bleached the tip of their hair. I just kind of realized that the poor little spines on their back just disappear. They're just magically gone once you get those Zergling wings on. But we do have, of course, Zergling speed, which means that those Zerglings can scout much quicker. Not that they're going to be scouting anything other than his own main base. We do have +2 attack on the way here for CityJP, as he does have those Immortals out now. A Dark Shrine is on the way. Are we going to be seeing the Dark Shrine, basically Dark Templar warping in over here on the front lines? That would be what you would expect to have happen. 3 are warping in. There we go. Make that 4. That's all he can really afford, is he is running a little bit low on gas. There is no detection over here whatsoever. The DTs are going to go straight forward. Do they go for the Queen or the drones? Looks like Queen is going to be the name of the game, as the Queen is trying to run away, but the Queen, unfortunately, too stupid to continue to run. The drones, though, learning a very valuable lesson in dying, which is a lesson you can only learn once, unfortunately. So we do have the hatchery. Looks like that one's going to die. Lings right here. No way to actually spot that. Overseers are on the way. I mean, why not make 5? Why not have 5 Overseers at this point? I mean, both these players are hovering a lot of money, so that shouldn't really be that big of a deal. We do have a Spire on the way. Hive Tech going to be on the way as well. DTs here should get taken out by the Overseers. I do believe, though, that the DTs kind of realize what's going on. And guess what? They have found those drones, and they are going to be having a slice and dice party. It is BYOD. Bring your own drones, and indeed they did, slicing up all those drones. Very, very nicely played, and unfortunately for CoDeSTer, he's got to figure something out. I mean, at some point, in order to win a game, you have to leave your base. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a game where someone doesn't leave their base. Maybe if it's a super all-in, that they hold off beautifully, but even then, I feel like they've at least scouted their opponent, so I don't know if he's going to be able to win this game or not. He's got to muster something. He's got to get out there, and I guess that something is going to be Ultralisks. Not quite sure where this drone is going. Is he going to try to expand down here? That would be my guess, as he does have enough to expand basically 10 times. He could expand more than that as well, especially with the economy that he has going. I mean, 22 drones at the natural. Main base is only 14. Ultralisk Cavern about halfway done. And what does 7CJP have planned as well? Well, so far he's just microing these DTs to his heart's content. Does look at the Lings right now, actually managing to get some sort of surround on the DTs. This is as far as he's pushed out of his own base. The DTs have managed to still clean up a lot of Lings, and the Lings Nope, they refuse to leave that base. Oh my God, he's expanding to the bottom right side. I don't even know what this game is anymore. The only unit that's really scouted out is this one Overseer, which has moved out at the 14-minute mark. And, of course, the one drone that is now scouted in the bottom right side drops the Changeling. I don't know why he would drop it all the way over there. But, hey, I stopped asking questions a long time ago. There he goes, drops one on the high ground. And this one you unfortunately cannot pick up with Overseers. They cannot load units inside them. Lots of gateways on the way. This Zealot's going to be scouting at the exact right time. 6 gateways indeed on the way. I don't know that you can afford to produce how many gateways does he have? He has the 6 plus 6 more. 12 gateways off of 2 bases. I don't know if that's a pro strat or not, but we're going to find out if it actually works. 12 Ultras on the way at the 15-minute mark. Okay. Well, he went from no supply to 167 supply. Only in Bronze League Heroes. Hashtag Bronze League Heroes things is exactly what's going on. I mean, why not have the random Spire that's not doing anything? Why not save up for 12 Ultralisks? What I find hilarious is he still has 2,000 minerals in the bank, and that's without having a third base. I mean, yeah, he kind of has this third base down here, but there's not actually anything going on down there. DT right there is like, ha! There's no third base on this map. I've already scouted. No need to worry. And, well, in all honesty, Ultralisks are going to destroy this army. Absolutely destroy this army. Splash damage on those Zealots. Oh my goodness, that is going to be extremely painful. And I guess CoDeSTer could actually get maxed out here pretty soon. And getting maxed out at the 16-minute mark is, in all honesty, not that bad of a thing. No drones being produced down here, unfortunately. I think he definitely needs that base. You can only make so many Ultralisks off of 2 bases. I will say, though, that CoDeSTer has found a way to make many more than I would expect. Is also going to be busting down these rocks. That should only take a few short seconds as the Ultralisks kind of push their way in there. And you can see that the Lings in front able to attack while the Ultralisks just had that slightly increased range, able to attack from behind, which is pretty darn awesome. Lots of Zealots going to be warping in, though. Are we actually going to be seeing a base race? Is this going to be the most awkward base race ever, where it's mass Ultras versus mass Zealots, but somehow the Zealots are doing a pretty good job? And why also is there another base in the top left side? I don't know why both these players think that that is a good idea to expand that far away from your main base, but I guess they are both just hiding their tech from one another. The one Ultralisk right here, gotta try and hold the line. I think he's only gonna kill 1 Zealot, though. It's gonna take a lot more than that. And you can see this army right here, not quite sure what to do with the probe. Somehow surviving, running through that gauntlet of Ultralisks. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how Zealots are actually managing to do this damage. They do have the +3 attack. We do have the chitinous plating going to be on the way as well. My mouth just made a fart noise. That is how ridiculous this game actually is. What is he doing? Why has he only got 2 guys attacking rocks? I don't know if this is worth kind of waiting to have happen. Maybe just kind of go for the counterattack, because at this point your main base is dead. Maybe actually just build some Mutalisks to begin working down these Zealots, but even then you're still going to lose all your tech. It looks like the base in the bottom right side is going to be where all the survival takes place. 7CJP saying GG, but guess what? Here's the Ultralisk just moments later. Not quite sure he realizes how many they are. He can stomp on those force fields. They literally serve no purpose at this point in the game. 7CJP realizing his mistakes, going to go ahead and back on out. The cannon on the high ground actually raking in a shocking amount of Zergling kills, as it is at 5 right now, and it continues to add to that kill counter. It does look at these probes, and the Nexus is going to go down at the same time, though the base up here going to go down as well. A couple of Ultras trying to clean this up. You can't really micro under the amount of Overlords that are actually there right now, though, and it does look like trying to warp in just lots of buildings here to hold the line. The Ultras are having none of it. Lots of splash damage coming up. Those Lings absorbing the stalker shots, allowing the Ultras to get the splash damage in they need. These buildings are falling down rather quickly. I bet both these players wish they would have spent their money much, much earlier. All the Stalkers indeed do die. No micro necessary there from either player, which I guess is just kind of how it's going to go. Zealots here actually attacking some eggs right now. I think that these are only drones, and I don't know if they're going to be running down to the bottom right side or not. No, they're literally spawning and dying. The base down the bottom right side is completely undetected, at least for now. I think that was more drones being created. No units or buildings left in the top right side other than just Overlords, but of course they do not count as buildings. And I gotta say, this main base looking super, super dead for 7CJP. He also says GG, is apparently not happy with how this game is going. He finds another hatchery. He thinks this is the only one. Is he BMing, though? I think the answer is yes, and he's not able to spot where the last one is just yet. We do have the warp of gateways up here at the top left side. A surprising amount of probes are actually up there. There's apparently no mining going on down the bottom right side. side, and the Zealots, they are moving out to the bottom right side as these Ultras have cleaned out the majority of the buildings in the space. The last one just now going down. There is one in the top left side, and guess what? This hatchery down here has been spotted. The drones trying to retreat. A couple Zealots here engaging both the drones and the hatchery, but guess what? Another hatchery over here. He's still got money to be able to expand here if he wants to, which I think he absolutely needs to, because number one, it obviously keeps you from dying, which is always nice, and being kicked out of the game, but number two, it also prevents your opponent from knowing where your last buildings are. So as long as you can keep dropping down hatcheries, you are safe from that. Drones getting intercepted by Zealots here. We do have awkwardly placed hatcheries here in the center. There's going to be our friend Hillary the Flying Shark. She is watching everything that's going on despite having like no eyes-ish. They're definitely weird looking eyes at best. But the hatchery over here is now done. The main problem for Zerg, of course, is that your creep kind of, it slowly spreads out. So if you're trying to hide a building and that building is a hatchery, it is much more difficult to do. The Ultras here are ready to tango, ready to party, and ready to kill some Protoss scum. That's what they think anyways. I personally love Protoss, but that's okay. Zealots right here going to be able to find another hatchery. Is he going to throw out another man or GG? That is the true question, as this base still somehow remains here on the bottom left-ish side. He does have a couple of drones now on the way. The main problem for him, though, is that he's just going to get larva one at a time, as he is losing all of his hatcheries right now. I think making more drones might not actually be the worst thing that could happen to him. He can continue to expand. He can slowly start to tech back up, and in all honesty, just getting some Mutalisks here would be huge, as there is no Cybernetics core for JP. It does look like, though, he's just going to be adding on additional gateways, more pylons, as well as he is super supply block. The Overseer is still alive after all of that. The DT getting taken out. And I think 7CJP not too pleased with how this game is going on. There's going to be a drone right there seeing everything that's going on. He realizes I've come to the wrong side of town, and unfortunately... Oh, wait. Looks like that drone might actually survive for now. He did manage to juke those Zealots. We do have the Nexus right here kind of in the center. So this was sort of a base race, but it's now turned into just expanding all over the map. And I gotta say, it's actually kind of amazing to watch this. Can the Ultras just run up here and win the game, though? I think so far the answer is yes, especially if they manage to get really good splash damage, as both players now have multiple expansions on the way. I guess CoDeSTer only has one, whereas 7CityJP has two bases on the way. A little bit overkill, because I basically think he just needs some units right now. This is going to be a lot of Ultras moving on out, though. The Overseer's deciding to leave this base for dead. Observer, though, going to realize that there's actually nothing here right now, and the Zealots are going to be able to kill out this hatchery, no problem. The drone's not going to be able to get 300 more minerals. This is going to be the only hatchery, but it's right outside of his opponent's base. We do have the Overseers here going to be able to spot any DTs that manage to warp themselves in before this base falls. The +3 attack on the Zealots actually doing shocking amounts of damage. Only 3 armor actually on these Ultras overall. It does look like the probe's going to try to escape, and indeed they will, as the Ultras are not going to be able to catch up to those. And I don't think that this base can last much longer. So I don't really know what's going to happen this game. If I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I don't even know how he afforded this base down here. It does look like though probes have found this base. The Ultras going to try to run down there to prevent it from dying. It's going to be a dangerously close game. This game could still go either way. 48 supply to 35. The Ultras need to engage. They need to engage, and indeed they do. Down go the probes. The Zealots as well, though, trying to micro around that hatchery. I don't think the hatchery is going to fall. The Ultras here, though, are getting completely baited around, ring around the Rosie style. The Zealots don't look like they're going to be able to finish the job. The micro was intense, but it was not nearly enough, as it does look like our Protoss player has fallen on hard times. He doesn't really have that much income. He does kind of have a couple probes mining here and there, I suppose. The Overlords, though, of course, are able to spot exactly what's going on here. The Nexus even able to spot the Overlords. That's how many they are. And the Ultras now moving to the top left side. This CT not going to last for long unless he manages to escape the sight of the Overseer, and he does. So he can't engage in a straight-on fight, but what he can do is move down here and start killing out this hatchery. There's only going to be one hatchery remaining. Can that Hero DT actually win the day, or is the Mass Ultras going to clean it out? I honestly have no idea. This should be a win for CoDeSTer, but then again, it is Bronze League Heroes, so I never know exactly what's going to happen. And it does look at the DT here. He is ready to go. Does he know about the bottom left side base? No, he does not. One random Ultralisk. I don't even know where that guy is going, but he is going there fast, as it does look like the Ultra is able to clean up all of these buildings. So it has come down. If we take a look at the structures here, it's one hatchery versus 2 Nexi and 1 pylon. which one of those Nexi very well could fall just right about now. The Ultras here is going to hang out by this hatchery, but guess what? If there's no Overseer, oh, there is an Overseer. There actually is an Overseer with this Ultra, so very smart thinking right there. The one pylon goes down. You should probably go for the Nexus just to the left of him, and actually needs to start being more aggressive with that, and needs to move there right now. And of course, he does know about this base down here if he is looking at his mini-map, which there's no guarantee that that is actually happening. But it does look like time is running out right now for 7CityJP. I mean, he's got a lot of Ultras in his face. He doesn't have a whole lot going on, and CoDeSTer is just a little bit of mining going on. Very, very nice. He only has that one structure, though. Both these players, one Nexus, one hatchery to rule them all. The Ultras are moving to the right side to try and end this. The Zealot's going to break free. Can they escape? Yes, they can. The Ultra's going to be chasing it, but at the same time, this is going to be the last structure, as no, he's building a pylon over on the left side. Keep in mind, the Ultras are completely out of position. Can 4 Zealots actually kill off a hatchery that is guarded by an Ultras with 200 HP? We are about to find out, as these Ultras not going to be able to protect the hatchery down there right now. Now remember, the game doesn't reveal your buildings right away, so he doesn't know exactly where that pylon is, and so far it is well hidden. And now this is going to be 7CJP's chance to make this happen. The Ultras, though, already getting 1 kill. Not looking good. Can the Zealots actually take down the Ultras? It looks like they can. The Ultras with no upgrades, the +3 attack of the Zealots, making it happen. All of a sudden, the Ultras on the right side realizing, ruh-roh, we actually lost to a couple Zealots. At least the Ultras couldn't hold the line. That's going to be the Ultras that everyone makes fun of moving forward. He was the one who could not play in the big leagues, and this hatchery is getting dangerously low. Needs to build an extractor to buy himself some time. If he builds an extractor, he can actually survive long enough for the Ultras to get here, but the drone is too stupid to do it. The hatchery goes down, and that's going to be it. 7CityJP, even with the BM before, managing to take this game. The Zealots are still slicing and dicing. I don't think he can realize exactly what happened. He can't even understand what happened. I don't know what happened. This game ended at 29-29. At least in StarCraft time. I know it's slightly different than real life time, but wow, this was indeed a Christmas present. So that was a lot of fun. This is why I love casting Bronze League Heroes. Definitely my favorite games to cast, I must admit. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great holiday. Let me know down below, what did you do on December 25th? Whether or not you celebrate, I don't care. I just want to know about what you did. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Ho, 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 and all that.